On the 19th of November, Jaguar released this promotional video, revealing its new rebrand and the future direction of the company into the EV space, which was met with a lot of backlash, with people saying it's too woke, it abandons Jaguar's rich automotive history, and it doesn't even include a single car in the whole video. The video looks like a marketing disaster, but what if Jaguar wanted to create this uproar on purpose? Maybe there's more to this story that people are just missing. And from researching this topic, I've found that there is a way for Jaguar to play their cards right and make this a very successful marketing campaign despite all of this backlash. Let me explain. To set the scene, Jaguar has been struggling for a while. Its sales have been decreasing steadily over the past 6 years, and even at its recent peak in 2017 and 18, it was still only getting less than 9% of the sales BMW was getting, which is one of their competitors. Jaguar's bad performance comes down to a few main reasons, and these are paramount to understanding what Jaguar has to do in order to revive the company. The first main reason is their positioning. Jaguar finds itself competing directly with dominant premium brands like Mercedes and BMW, rivals it did not contend with in the past. Historically, Jaguar occupied a unique space, similar to Porsche, filling the gap between the standard premium brands, BMW in this example, and super luxury brands like Rolls-Royce. However, over time, its positioning moved more towards the standard premium brands, placing it in a fiercely competitive segment. It meant that Jaguar couldn't differentiate itself as much from the other cars and left less reasons for people to choose a Jaguar over, say, a Mercedes. This bad positioning was also not helped by the smaller volume and scale Jaguar was operating with. BMW and Mercedes have sold cars in their premium segment for a long time, so naturally they've had a while to improve their efficiency and lower costs because of their large scale. But because Jaguar doesn't have the same scale, it would cost much more to manufacture the same car as the other big brands, meaning that even though they could be selling very similar cars, Jaguar profits less and so loses in the long term. The key to get out of a situation like this is to set yourself apart from the competition in another way. If you're not differentiating yourself through offering cars at a different price range, you need to find something else that makes you different, like coming out with new and interesting car models that people can only buy from you. Jaguar actually used to be quite good at this, and even relatively recently, when they were improving year over year, they came out with the Jaguar F-Type, a beautiful sports car that shows just how good modern Jaguar design can be. In the premium car world, momentum with car launches is quite important. People are used to seeing new cars every year, if not multiple times a year, but sadly, Jaguar didn't keep this momentum going. The last time Jaguar unveiled a new car model was in March 2018 with the I-Pace. You can imagine that over time, with no new car announcements, interest dies down, and so do the car sales. So now we come back to the advertisement. How does the advertisement fix all of this? Well, the video acts as more of an announcement of Jaguar beginning a repositioning in the brand that will hopefully fix all of these issues. The video was made to tease a car release that will happen on the 2nd of December during the Miami Art Week. Now, I'm sure you have plenty of questions. How are they planning to reposition? Does the repositioning make sense? Will it work? By repositioning, are they losing all of their heritage and manufacturing history? And if they're announcing a car, why weren't there teasers of the car in the video? All of these are very valid questions, and I'll get to the answers in due course. First, let's talk about what they're repositioning to. Jaguar wants to start competing with Rolls-Royce and other high-end car manufacturers. It's positioning to a luxury brand targeting younger, wealthier, and more urban shoppers. Jaguar is opening a small number of boutique stores in luxury districts of major cities like Paris, next to other high-end fashion brands like Moncler and Louis Vuitton. This, combined with their video that looked like it was an advertisement for a fashion brand, suggests to me that they're trying to reposition themselves as the Louis Vuitton of the car world, something which I don't think is a bad idea. But how can they be so confident to go after a new market expecting success there? And this is where Jaguar's history comes into play, since it's no stranger to higher ticket, lower volume sales. Some of Jaguar's best years were in the 70s, where if annual sales reached 20,000, it was a successful year, and it seems like they're currently aware of this too. During this rebrand, they've mentioned that they only expect to retain 10 to 15% of its current customer base, which equates to around 20,000 cars per year. On top of that, the Jaguar brand is no stranger to ultra luxury. Some of their vintage cars are fetching insane prices, with this 1955 Jaguar D-Type selling for $21.8 million, this 1953 C-Type selling for $21 million, and this 1966 Jaguar XJ13 selling for $15 million. And helping to confirm the idea that Jaguar is taking inspiration from their historical success, they've said that they'll focus a lot on the design of their new cars, featuring lower cars with elongated proportions as a way to differentiate Jaguar cars from other EVs on the market. We've seen this design style before. Jaguar is known for this. Okay, so it's starting to make a bit of sense. Jaguar didn't have success straying away from their automotive roots and competing with brands like BMW and Mercedes, so it's repositioning itself to be the brand it was in the past, known for the cars that are just too cool to not buy. But this still doesn't explain the advertisement. Why not mention any cars? Why not mention any of the history? The following is the best reason I could find. This video is not about announcing a new car. It's an announcement for a future car announcement. This video is strictly to show the exuberance Jaguar is returning to and doing something different, capturing your attention in the process. And whether or not they intended for it to garner this much attention, it worked. People are talking about Jaguar, something which wasn't happening before. They have made people curious to see what they'll release on the 2nd of December. People who love the new brand direction, which doesn't seem to be many, will be looking at what they release. But there will also be many people who hate the brand direction that will pay attention to their announcement to see if the brand they once knew actually is gone. This video is only an announcement for another announcement. It's not setting the brand in stone. If Jaguar releases a crazy car and shows value and appreciation to its history, everyone will understand that the 30-second video was not showing the whole picture. People won't continue hating the brand because of one 30-second video, or at least very few will. And so they would have gotten a lot of attention and returned to the original Jaguar values, despite it being in a polarizing way. Was this their plan all along? I don't know. Will this actually happen? I don't know. I have seen comments on social media of people who allegedly work for JLR, Jaguar Land Rover, and have had emergency meetings and memos because of the backlash of the Jaguar rebrand, so it doesn't seem like this was planned. If it was all planned, it's a risky marketing strategy, one that I wouldn't have gone for, since nowadays nuance gets lost so easily. People previously loved Jaguar for being known as the sleek and sexy British villain car, and I would have leaned into that. In fact, that exact angle is what allowed them to make this ad, which was an Automobile Advertising of the Year finalist. In my opinion, it's doable to launch an unbelievably unique and gorgeous car and rebrand in the same direction, with the upside of potentially not alienating as many people from the brand. Even ultra-luxury brands like Rolls-Royce have had successful rebrands without polarization. Rolls-Royce made sure to stick to their heritage and simply modernize the look of the brand without messing with its historical symbols. Rolls-Royce let the cars do the talking, and it worked. Similarly, Jaguar is a brand known for putting a lot of emphasis on design, but it seems they've forgotten that the best marketing happens when the cars speak for themselves. Jaguar could have taken inspiration from Rolls-Royce and rebranded in a much more controlled manner, staying closer to their heritage and history, but hey, that's just my opinion. At the end of the day, as a fan of the beautiful designs Jaguar has brought to the world, I just hope that they'll continue existing and making the elegant and alluring cars they're known for.